like that kind of thing. Anyway, we're sort of ranting and going off on, I'm venting, ladies and gentlemen, because for several days now I've been just declaring, and I make sure that I listen to the live broadcast from the AM/FM stations as best as I can, and I can hear the distorted aspects of the broadcast for 2 hours. And I'm grateful that at least it's conveyed information that can be understood. And I'm sure the Almighty is measuring the hearts of men who are listening, because the information is worth, such a treasure. It's worth so much. And so, the Almighty is, I'm sure, looking into how many people really want to weather that kind of distortion in the audio to get the information. And I'm sure, because I know the Almighty very well, I'm sure that that's part of his plan too, So, but praise Yahweh, because, ladies and gentlemen, I'm beside myself. I'm sort of ranting, as I mentioned, because, tomorrow we're going to have the identical board that we have here. Let me explain this for a minute so everybody understands. It took 7 days for me and another gentleman to build this radio station, which was impossible to do in 7 days. Just two men built the entire radio station in 7 days. It was an emergency situation. We had to do it. The gentleman who was helping me was a brethren, and he was giving up. And he worked so diligently, and he got to a point where he said, we're not going to do this. So I came to his side and made declarations and spoke words in his being so that he would calm his mind in worrying, which is a sin, and then hear the still small voice and receive the wisdom as to how to complete the engineering. And so in 7 days, long hours, both of us, long hours, 7 days, we made historical events happen, if you will, and we were broadcasting at that point to all 7 continents, 7 days a week. And so we had to have this system in place.